Alright, so welcome back to InDaLight. Now you see we at the same studio. We just had a chance to talk with Papa San now. Today we're gonna be talking with Kevin. Kevin is here working on an album that I know you guys gonna love because all the albums so far seem to just be hits automatically, and that's a blessing to know as an artist that your songs resonate with so many people. So it's my first time getting a chance to just rap with him. So I want to know, a little bit more about Kevin. But before that, Kevin, give the people a shout out now.
Hey guys, this is Kevin Downswell, and I'm good to be here. And hopefully, what I say might be some sort of a somewhere blessing to you.
All right,
Good
cool.
to be here with the man, you know.
All right, cool. Whenever persons talk about ministry, we know that Kevin brings the spirit in. Sometimes at a concert, it's like when Kevin is going to go up there, if you're anywhere, you try to be on that set.
Yeah.
If you're anywhere off, you can connect to God. You have concerts and that's good. You have entertainment and that's good. But a lot of times, that's the feedback I get. And I've been to the shows and I've seen it. So tell me, is something deliberate, or do you do it all the time, or what's a set like working with Kevin?
Well, what happens on stage is really who I am as a person.
Got it.
I grew up. I didn't grow up with a lot of people all the time.
Okay.
So I was always the loner, quote unquote, child at the home, where I had to find some way to enjoy myself, to connect. When I come in from school and there's nobody at the house, I'm there, and most of the times I'm growing up in inner city, where the street is not pretty.
Okay.
So being in the house, being at home, you have to find something to do.
Right.
And so most of the time I would just sit there and just look up in the sky and just talk to God, just right there. And that's where it began, just simply saying, God, you're good enough, and just start telling him about my life, my desire, my vision. Not necessarily a vision, I'm talking about teenager here, so it's not necessarily, but when I say vision, I'm just telling him my heart.
Right.
See, I want to see my mother become like this. I want to see, I just and it began there. Just remember when, like David, his real relationship started when he was there tending the sheep.
Yeah.
The sheep.
Right.
And my wife would say, take off the S off of that. And that's where it began. So what you see on stage now, it's not a facade or anything that's put on. I'm just naturally a lover of God from a long time ago.
Got you. All right. Now, I've really never heard about how you grew up. And I didn't even know, you're one of them that grew up in the inner city. A lot of times we hear about the DJs, and it's almost like that sound is as a result of the inner city. But you're a singer that, well, you mix it up sometimes, and we appreciate that. But tell me, what was it like growing up and then getting saved and then entering even gospel?
Well, I grew up in places like Central Village, right?
Wow.
Let's say I was born in South, in a little place they call Cabbage Trees, Smithfield. Most of in that area where I grew up, there were no electricity, so you had to use lamp and so on. A lot of people talk about those stuff as if it's like 50, 60 years ago. No, just a few years ago.
Right.
That was my reality.
Got it.
And I had to make do. I had to just find a way to get through. I had to come from school and I had to just light that lamp and be the best. And I'd walk to school 2 miles, to and fro, 4 miles in all. And I just have to say to myself, I'm gonna do it. Something better is gonna come from this. At 6 years old, I remember I sat this big guango tree, those massive trees, and I looked. I was always a thinker.
Okay.
And I was always somebody who meditates a lot. From 6 years, I remember myself at 6 years of age saying, I want to go to UE. This is me saying, I want to go to the biggest, the most prestigious university.
Right.
When
Man.
I'm 6 years old, struggling
Wow.
in so many different areas of my life. And in my community, the highest persons would ever go to is like a high school.
Wow.
And that I was just, my beginnings were always challenging. I moved from South to Helshaw, from Helshaw to Central Village to Maxfield Avenue. And then from there, it was a lot of inner city, going up and down. But, bro, God proved himself that he never left me.
Right.
And one of the things I've always told young people is that your people always say your circumstances define you. I've learned to realize, come to the acknowledgement that you always have a choice.
Right.
No matter where you are.
Right.
If you're on top of the hills or you're in the gully,
Yeah.
you make the
those
choice.
choices, right.
And from then I always had a strong heart that I'm gonna push through whatever. When I was going to high school, I had to skip common entrance, which was a name then,
Yeah.
because my mother didn't have it.
Wow.
Skip it, and I was one of the brightest boy in class. But I had to skip it, and I came down to common entrance, that technical entrance,
Okay.
where something worked out and I passed, and I went to Jose Marti. From Jose Marti to Camperdown to Excelsior Community College,
Yeah.
to UE.
So you mean that UE. Right.
6 years old.
Right.
UE. And so I was always just a fighter. I'm not sure if I'm straying from the question, but my beginnings were always, it taught me a lot.
Right.
And let's put it like this, my beginnings, it's one of the reasons why I'm able to stay humble with all that's happening in my life.
Right.
Because every time something happens and I go, whoa, that award, what? Nominated for this. Where I'm coming from reminds me that, hey,
Yeah.
never you get too big-headed,
Right.
you know, because you're coming from afar. And I think my past helps me to connect with people who are struggling.
That's true.
And that's why I could write songs like, you make me stronger, oh, because I wrote that song when I was going through a whole lot. But I could write a song. It's like somebody who's been through the theory and the practical.
Yeah.
The practical, the experience helps you
That's
to
what
connect
makes
more with
it.
people.
Right. That's true. How did you get saved?
Well, at the age of about 12, I was going to Faith Mission Assembly, Church of God, that's off Pretoria Road, right at the corner of Pretoria and Maxfield Avenue, right there.
Okay.
And Missionary Morris, I was living with her at that time with my mother. She said to me, would you like to give your life to the Lord? And I said, I said, I'm not ready. I was just 12 years old. Like, in my mind, I'm like,
Too young
the
for
fun I
that.
got done. I mean, why? Why? I just live. But to be honest, bro, it's like when I did surrender, you know, the Bible says it's the Holy Spirit that draws you. You don't really make that decision on your own. It's Him that draws you.
Yeah.
Let's put it like this. When I said no, I had no choice, because subsequent to that, weeks following that, He was just working on my heart, just pulling me like, come on, Kevin, come on. And I just surrendered. And then I realized that I wished I'd surrendered long before.
Right.
Because it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life.
Wow.
The best decision. As a young guy, and so I ministered to a lot of young people, and 12-year-old looking up at me and they're saying, how could you be telling me that I should become a Christian when I'm this young? 12. I became a Christian at 12 years old.
Never too
And
young.
it was the greatest decision I ever made in my life.
Wow. I've never heard that story before, and that even allows me to appreciate the music even more. You have a good lyricist, but to know that sometimes somebody can compose music from a place that they've been, and it still blesses somebody else who's been there, and to just watch God move in their life, that's something that's awesome. And now we get to the point where the whole world appreciates your music. Tell me, what was it like working on that first album to where you are in the second album? I know you're working on the third one, if I'm correct. Tell me a little bit
Well,
about that.
Close
journey.
to You came out in 2008.
Right.
that was miracle, bro. You know, when you're in a miracle is like you're in a situation where this couldn't be possible. I took about 5 years to get that album done. 5 long years. And of course I didn't have the money because I was coming from UWI.
Right.
I got my bachelor's degree in biochemistry. Won the JCDC Gospel Festival in 2003. And I thought, yeah, I'm a big artist now. So money I got flow and I can get an album done in a year. Really? The Lord say easy. Ease yourself. Me have some stuff to teach you first before me put you in my spotlight.
Right.
Because the spotlight really belongs to him, you know. And I've always told people that when he puts you in the spotlight, it's his name that's on the block, not
true.
yours.
Right.
And so the Lord just say, okay, relax a little, grow a little more, build your character. And so I finished school 2005. I wanted to do medicine. That was really my heart. I wasn't planning to do full-time ministry. I was just planning to do music on the side.
Wow.
Well, I got through for medicine. And getting my books together, the Lord I would say walk up. But that's the relationship me and God has. The real thing that happened is that I just heard his voice clear in my head. That's not your field. And bro, I cried. I ask why I used to ask, I say, Lord, why would you do this to me? Weeks passed, and I just cry. Why would you do this to me? I thought this was this, I thought you were this, and now you're that, and those tantrums. I eventually settled down, and the Lord just said, trust me. Just trust me. Wow. I'm God. And if I know the end from the beginning, you with your limited mind, be still.
That's
and
right.
trust
Relax.
me. And this is the limited talking to the unlimited God.
Right.
He's limitless. And so I said, okay, Daddy. And the minute I said yes, doors just start open. When I say immediately, I'm talking about the very same week.
Wow.
And I surrendered. I say, okay, Lord, the money, I don't know. The reality is, you need money.
Right, that's true. You want production.
If you're gonna take care of your family, you need money. If you're gonna take care of your business, you need money. And so, the first question was, Lord, what about money? The Lord sent money. The album, sometime I had to walk from Halfway Tree to Top of Radials Road to go voice a song. Whoa. Let me tell you, one song in particular on the first album that said, when he comes, there is liberty. I walk from Halfway Tree, go to studio, $50, because I know it's only $50 I had. So I says, either I take the bus, go, and walk, come back, or something. And when I got to the studio, the brother never did it. Talking about Jesus. So, I did that for wait. For a good amount, like 3-4 hours.
Wow. Sit
down and wait, white squall and lick. Him walking and him say, you're good. Good, man. I'm good. What? Bread? I'm good. I'm good. What? You have no bathroom? Go in here and drink some water. I'm ready. Wash my face and everything. I mean, voice the song. Him produce the song. I know him not. He has no idea that I was going through that day. Wow. Left there. And I said to myself, you know what? I walk come, I can walk. I'm cool at $50. I'm going to walk from there, go right back.
Wow.
And guess what? I'm going to call her name now. Karen Ennis lived on the way. And I stopped at Karen Ennis' house to heal her up. But me actually did want some water. You see me? Comedy thirsty.
No, Karen, no.
Karen Ennis, my daddy, yeah. And she said, come on in, because we were bridging them time then.
Yeah.
We still are bridging now, but she just come in and, oh, go on in, good, I'm a good man, you have the water in there. And she said, of course, come on in. And you talk and laugh, and I say, all right, I have to move again here.
Yeah.
And nobody never know what was going on. Nobody had any idea what was going on.
Wow.
The album was a process. It took a lot. When the album dropped, my ministry just exploded. We did tours in the US. We did tours in so many places. The second album was, the Lord just took me to a completely different process. It blew my mind, because when you have You Make Me Stronger, if it's not you being played in dance hall, being one of the not just one of the most popular song in gospel, but one of the most popular song
In secular, yeah, because like every Sunday morning on
Yeah.
every secular station, like you heard those.
You could know that. And the funny thing is, You Make Me Stronger was not supposed to be on the album. We
That song. That
finished
song.
the album, you know, bro. We finished the album, wrap up. And I said, no, I need that song. But just make you feel happy.
Yeah.
Make you feel like you make somebody. I said, Lord, I want a song that no matter what people are go through.
Once that
Them,
drop.
yeah, when them sing it, them feel like them is a Samson, them a Hulk.
Yeah.
They feel like they can go through stuff. And the song just came, and that song was originally written as a ballad, slow.
Wow.
Stronger.
You never know. A completely different feel.
So I sat there and I was there and the Lord led me back to the song and but said, Lord, this is slow. Lord said, forget the beat. Just sing it again. And I just start singing, you make me. And my wife walked out and said, baby, that sound good. And she started harmonizing with me because she can sing too. Judy Gill was there at the same time and she came out and she was like, wow, that sound good. And that was his story. I mean,
wow. Never heard that.
if it's
before.
not you,
Wordplay.
came out again, already done. Already done was a song where Ryan Marks sent me the track. And the track sat down at my house on my computer for like 2 years. Because he was doing like a compilation album.
Right.
And it sat there and Kevin, you know, write the song yet? I said, well, I don't have the time yet. And him said, all right, no problem, man. One day the Lord just led me to this track, simple track. And I said, Ryan, I'm ready to finish my album, you know. Went over there and as I got to Ryan Mark's house, I've been trying to write this track for weeks. Write on this track for weeks. And when I got to Ryan Mark's studio and I sat down, the words just came. I see you wondering why me in the midst of your adversities. But if you dare trust in me, I will supply all you need. Chorus. It's already done. And Ryan Mark said, all right, since you're right that from that angle, let me put in my verse almost like a duel, like a response to that.
Yeah. That's the feel like.
And the rest is his story again. Yeah. And all the songs, Close to You, all of the songs, all of them came from a story. And that's one of the reasons now why. Because I've met people all over the place, where Europe, wherever, that say, where did you write that? Where were you when you got that song? And I'm saying, didn't you see the interview? Nobody. And I said to myself, you know what, I need something, a material that I'll be able to explain to persons where I was. And so came about my first book.
Okay.
Which is called The Search Continues. From the same album, The Search Continues. But the book is called The Search Continues, The Journey.
Wow. Now, you have this album coming up. I know we've been anticipating this album for a while. I remember being at a show and I saw where you did a remix, like a pop remix.
Yeah.
I don't even, was that like a local song?
Old Jamaican song.
Right. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, I want to hear the next album. What can I expect on this album coming up?
So the album it's gonna be a mix again, just like Search Continues. Because I just believe that I'm not a limited person. I can do reggae, I can do dance, I can do EDMs, I can do worship. But my heart is worship. I'm a worshiper. Right. So whatever I do, you'll just feel like reverence. Yeah. You're not gonna hear me sing a song and it will sound like, is that gospel?
Yeah,
that sound lewd. That like, no, you won't question. You'll feel the presence of God on it. So we've been doing a lot of work. The process has been different. The spending has been on another level.
I can't imagine.
So may I beg you, buy the CD, please. Buy it. Just buy it. I'm just struggling. But, I mean, the spending has been on another level. The sacrifice. Because my wife was just here and she had to leave a day before me. Just being away from your family sometimes. Getting it done. That's the work that goes into getting this thing done. It takes a whole lot. So, but this one I think I believe that if I take my time and do it well, then you don't put it down a day. If I do it well and give it to you, you might take at least a week before you put it down. I want to make sure you get the best, and excellence comes from our Father. He's an excellent God. So I want to make sure I do it well and to the best. I want to get to the best. Once I want it to feel like, Lord, I can't go no further. I said, okay, I'm done. I'm ready. You know, so it's reggae, it's worship. The first single was released in January, The Meaning of Life. Today I rise, cause you gave me life. The meaning of life is. The Meaning of Life, you can get that on YouTube now. It's not on iTunes yet. I intentionally didn't put it up on iTunes. Not sure why, but you can go to my website, kevindownswell.com, for more info on that song. But it's a powerful song. It's been doing so well. I went to Barbados the other day, and as I touched down and went into the studio, the producer, the guy said, Kevin, all you have to do is sing the first line for the song there in this country. And that's it.
It's gone. Wow.
They said that the previous week they were doing a competition on who knows. Per person were calling in and they're saying, who can sing the rest? All of this song. Just, I'm like, wow.
That's a blessing. And that's a completely different country.
And then there's another collab with On The Show band that I released last year, Christian Soldier. Well, I'm a Christian soldier. Wow. Yeah, man, that's gonna be there. But those two songs, you've heard nothing yet. I mean, it's just that's just a scratch at the surface. So
wow,
I'm excited. Let's look forward.
All right, I'm excited too because I know some of the producers. Like Ty Shane is one of my favorite producers. When I hear them tracks, I know I can basically tell he's producing that song now, and that's the type of producers he's working with, and that for me is already a hit album for me. I have no questions, and we've come to know like excellence from Kevin, so we can't expect nothing less. We know that this album will be good, so I thank Kevin for even sitting down and chatting with me, getting an idea of who Kevin was and you know how God has brought him that journey. Just a little bit, yeah.
Can't tell everything, no. Trust me.
So I want to thank you for watching this section of InDaLight. You know, keep watching.
You make me stronger. Oh, Lord, you make me stronger.
Gracias, Jesus.
Kevin Downswell.
Watch me! From Jamaica to the Caribbean, from Spain to Colombia, from Canada to the US, Uganda. Wow! You're my creator, Lord, you know my times. Seasons of breakthrough, my seasons of trial. So I will seek you, and you I will find. You're my strong tower, in you I will hide. Help me now. You make me stronger. Lord, I take your hand. You fix my focus. No, I know who I am. Sing that song. I used to run from battles, but you made me strong. Jesus, God strong and mighty. To Honduras, El Salvador, Colombia, Bolivia, Venezuela. We're gonna sing the song in Espanol. You ready? Help me. Woo! Usted me hace más fuerte. Oh, oh, come on. Usted me hace más fuerte. Oh, come on. Oh, usted me hace más fuerte. Oh, gracias Jesús. Oh, uno. Usted me hace más fuerte. Gracias Jesús. Oh, back to Jamaica. You make me stronger. Let me see the one that will. Let me say, you make me stronger. Let me see the heart them go. Oh, if you know you could have been bitter, but God made you. Oh, you make me stronger. Come on. Oh, Lord, you make me stronger. It's time to rejoice. Oh, God has been good. Listen, we're gonna do this in Swahili. Yeah. We're gonna go down to Mozambique, Malawi, Rwanda, Burundi, Zambia. We're gonna do this in Swahili. Yesu ufanya mimi yengu